Hello, my fellow mates. In this video, you're gonna see my experience with the update 10.5, and I got such lucky moments, but I also got such unlucky moments. So I hope you have fun with this video. Holy moly, what is this? Okay, I'm. Oh, game. Oops, codes. What do we got here? Some presents. Oh, my PC is lagging. Completely lagging. Enton. Yep. Decay Rookie. Winter Memorial. Oh, hell no. Holy shit. Um, Mason, okay. Good save firstly. I don't want all the memorials. This was it. I think I got all the. Okay. Let's check out memorials. Frozen Cat Passive. When attacking an enemy inflicted with want to increase damage rate by 30. When attacking an enemy inflicted with wanted throws up with attack 2 for 30% of this unit's damage. Evolution require exclusive to Ice Manipulator. Yeah. Damage by 10%. Okay. We are cooked. And Maria are gonna destroy the game, I feel like. We are really cooked. So at this moment I thought Memoria are gonna be a bad thing for the game. But yeah, I just started them to test out the new game mode. But it breaks their momentum to do it before they overrun you. Mystery box 5k. Modifier machine. Purchase modifier. Interesting. Barrier. Okay, trade barrier. 50k booster. Speed trap 54k. Unlock unit rotor. Purchase lane, purchase. Huh? I understand nothing right now. But there is booster. Okay, now I can buy it. What is this game? Okay, let's do first this. How expensive? Ah, interesting. Okay. Okay, but I also don't only have one placement. Interesting. Now I can actually test him out. Okay. Interesting game mode. Okay.
So those are the important points for the new game mode, and yeah, I just played it a bit more and died at wave 60 at my first try, but yeah. And then after 2 days, I got. So I have grinded 3 million. Um, Thank you to AV Plays for the video hold farm fast presents. But most of the time I have AFK farmed over the night. Um, yeah, I hope I get Rukia and Memoria in this 3 million. But it's gonna be close. Really close. Um, Probably have already trash can, right? Yep. So trash can. Let's go in. What? What? This is early as hell. Like God, cutscene just cut the music. Bah. I do not say no to her, actually. That's really good. That's really good that I got her early. So how much I have left? 2.4. It should be enough to get the pity on this. He's still flowing. Oh my god. I got her. So my mic was a bit cutting out on this clip, but I had to go off because I had to do some things in IRL. And yeah, I told just that it was crazy that I got so fast the Vanguard Memoria. That was really, really nice. And yeah. So guys, the anime Vanguard tier list is out. But we see the tier list got some changes. The music is a bit loud, I feel like. Yeah, the tier list got some changes. Now we don't have like God tier, S tier, Meta tier. We got DPS, utility, support, and DPS is actually Escalade the best unit now in the game. I don't feel like it. Feel like Shanks is stronger than Escanor, and some other like Broly is also stronger than Escanor in my opinion. Utility Eins with his what's named rule of, I'll look it up here. His world items, his utility is just crazy, right? So it's fair enough. Then we have Rukia, and I actually thought that Rukia is gonna be better with um Deadeye or Tyrael because of this um passive where she does more damage the more of the available placement are there. And I thought because of that material or that I is gonna be better. But probably it is not better because of this passive where she attacks when she's not placed, and for that is she most of the time used. Because of that is Monarch actually better. Yeah, Benimara I don't want to get a good trade. Also on this button I don't want to get a good trade. Actually the Chandler Frontier guy is not in this chart. So I just get Monarch on him because I really like him. Like not from the unit, but I like the character. And yeah. So let's get
into the port and hope we get lucky. We actually gonna start with Rukia because I gonna need her for Taurus. And actually, thank you to Neckblocks for the tactic with Escanor and her. I think it's really good tactic to AFK, or not AFK, but with low effort to play Taurus. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, maybe I should tilt her. I only want Monarch. I cannot take away. Order. Here. I probably go to Petit because I got Rukia so early, like, what was it, like, I have spent 600k presents on her. It's like nothing, right? So, Ethereal, what the hell? 30 Ethereal. It's gonna be Pity, right? Die. Pity, probably. Monarch. Pity there. Damn. I got really unlucky. So before we roll on Anoku, I feel like his names. Memories. I don't have that much, but what we want is divinity. A bit of a better pity, but I don't have so many. But yeah. Maybe I get lucky, right? Jack of all trades? Nah. We want divinity. Maybe before I roll on them, I should roll on him. For fortune. It's fortune 1, and fortune 3. It's another fortune 1. There's fortune 3, right? Yeah. Cost reduction. Cost fortune 1. Fortune 1. Fortune 1. Brother, give me fortune 3, please. Oh my god. I feel like it's gonna be like with Speedwagon and Krill when I spent at the start of the game, where I got both Monarch. Oh, nice. Yeah. No, Krill's cut. That's 1. That's 2. That's 1. That I. That's 1. That's also 1. That's 1. 1. 3. Okay, nice. I don't got divinity on them. Maybe I get divinity on her now. We had 100 golds right now. Who? What? I actually got divinity. What? Okay. Nice one. Nice one. Okay, let's get next over him. It's right. We want Monarch on him. I hope early Monarch. I don't want to spend all my treasure rolls. So I actually need to farm treasure rolls again. Oh. That's kinda annoying. Maybe next update I don't like any character. Last 100 treasure rolls. Last 50. last 10, and I'm done. I don't have any treasure roads anymore. We are at 1340 before pity, so 160 treasure roads before pity. Yeah, I would say we go over the units and memorial statue roads now. First of all is ice cream. We got the Z range. We got some of, yeah, actually, yeah, just look at slime, because slime are most of the time those. I'll get them. Another Z range. Perfect. Easy damage. I take it, and so maybe first of all I can do memorias. Statue. Oh, okay, actually. Just 15 as right, yeah. Okay, then we can go back to ice cream first of all. Maybe I get on ice cream. Good SPA. Game. Oh, keep on gonna get good SPA on ice cream. Godly Ray! Holy! How do I? Sanru has not. Nah. This is gonna get Rukia for sure. Slime. Let's start with the damage stat. Oh. And then the other slime with the stat. Bonk. That's crazy.
So after that, I started to reroll stats on other units and evolve them. I think that's pretty boring, so let's skip that.
And I'm officially like down to 0. This is also done. And don't we got no. They have like 12 credit rolls left. 100 I can buy. Whoa. Oh. 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 Holy. Okay, we get one up now, I guess. I have 160 mission. Complete all mission. Okay. I feel like she just got warped in my inventory. Great. Not a shiny. You know what we can do now? Where's my trash can? Okay. We probably just go to the turret. Yep, just as I thought. Okay, I actually want mage. Armored mage or so? Armored mage, right? I take it, bro.
Peek it! Yo! That's nice. That's really nice. Would be nice if it was more knock. But that's nice. 2 reroads and we got it. Like an interior. That's nice. So let's get started. We have Rabbit Hero. So how it works, anytime she gets debuffed, she builds a stack that does 50% more damage and loses 5 SPA. Otherwise, if she don't get a stats debuff or effect, after 4 attacks, she gets a stack herself. And after every 5 attacks, right? And on 4 stacks, she gonna hit after 30 seconds, swipe all own boss cleanses. So when 4 stacks are there, after 30 seconds, she gonna just debuff herself, don't one again, and it repeats. Dodges all attacks. When attacking a boss follows up with attack 3, this follow-up counts as an attack for pass 1 and bypass any damage reduction. So she does twice her damage. Yeah, at bosses. And is immune to stuns. With her memory, her stun duration on this unit is halved. Like it's useless. Dodges all attacks, stun immunity when attacking a boss follow-up. So, no? Stun duration on this unit is halved, is useless. For herself. Whenever this unit follows with attack 3, move this unit to the nearest available position next to the track. It's pretty good. So it's like category, but I don't really like it. But yeah, it could be good to chase down bosses. Yeah, especially bosses, right? Boss with high HP, you just chase them down. Let's get the animations going. Disable effects. So we have like a dash. There we have the Rukia follow-up attack like when she's not placed. But there we gonna go later on. So she dashes and gets kick. Another kick like dash and kick. Yeah. And then we got like some more kicks. Oh, we have like the circular E with the cone at the end. Kinda weird. At full buffs, she stands at 80k DPS. So against boss like 160 DPS. Let's spawn in a boss. With probably like 1000 multiplier. It's enough. It should be enough. She also debuffs, right? There we see she follow-ups with the attack, DPs, hits him, follow up with the attack, and DPs. Hit him, follow up with the attack, and hit him. So yeah. I don't want to. This is also a passive her that she activates her passive when she's placed after. Where is it? It's on her memorial. I'm done. It goes like after wave 10, somewhere stands to 0 effect and he's up to 0. When the unit frees an enemy member notify when the attacker and player if placed at wave 10 or beyond, automatically activates and puts stats for the respective upgrade according to the current wave. I'm interested, like, I place her in wave 200. Also gonna work. Okay, and it only works one time. Okay, it's like, I feel like a nuke, right? Yeah, let's go over Trash Gamer. Um, we have his skill garden. It needs to build up over time. 3 different skills. The 3 different animation. The first one is this one. Second one is they also have pretty much the same AoE, like a slash, and the third one is like a slash. Yeah. So he has a 50% crit chance by default, and if stats factor says buff is inflicted, unit damage stack 1 up 30. This damage stack, if it hits 30, he gonna kill himself, so he just get deleted. And we have skill 1, 2, and 3, like I said. Every 2 attacks, it's gonna get up a level till 10, and you can combine them with each other to create new attacks. As far I understand, he hits twice with every attack when you have the skills combined, and the skills need to be level 10 to be combined. Let's read. This is more gains another 10 crit chance, so he stands at default at 60% crit chance. That's not bad. Enemy stats debuff would apply to this unit, ignores that application, and becomes immune to both for 5 seconds for the second cooldown. So yeah, just like immunity against stats debuffs for a short of amount of time. What I have got to tell that he moves with every attack debuff damage stack. Yeah, we will gain 20% more yen when killing an enemy. This number becomes 40 after the ability skill gun is first used. Useless. I just tell you, useless. Like, Spamoria does nothing for him. Besides of that, that's a bit of mine. But I feel like Spamoria does nothing for him. Nothing. We actually can delete Gravity now. Yeah, like the animations be the same for all the time. We have a 1.4 million with buffs. Oh wait a second. I need to place Rukia. Rukia buffs also here. Rukia does everything. We're gonna get there. Rukia really does everything. We stand at 700k. Alright, he buffs himself with every level. I completely forgot about this. So every level gives him 5% damage, so at the end he stands at 2.5. So let's just let him build up till the end. Let's go over Ice Manipulator. We have first of all like a spear. But what the hell is happening? Okay, let's go over this passive. Attacks freeze enemies for 2 seconds. Whenever an enemy is frozen, follows out with attack 2 for 100% of the unit's damage. 10-second cooldown. So at the end he attacks twice with every attack and freeze the enemy. When attacking an enemy on freeze, lockout apply once. I know what lockout means, but freeze lockout. Okay, I understand. So actually with every attack he inflicts wanted because he attacks twice because of the follow-up. He buffs all allies in range by 5%. SB. That's bad. That's really bad. When attacking an enemy inflicted with burn does 50% more damage. When attacking an enemy on stun, lockout inflicts wanted. He's probably like the support, so I feel like this burn passive does nothing for him. And yeah, she just inflicts wanted with everything, I feel like. When attacking an enemy inflicted with wanted, increase damage dead by 30%. So he does like 6% more damage against wanted. Probably like a bit more like 70. When attacking an enemy inflicted with wanted, follows up with attack 2 for 30% of the unit's damage. So he does 3 follow-ups at the end. Okay. This is the follow-up, right? And the new normal attack is attack 2. Okay, it's like no a small circle. And we have like ice out of the ground or does he stop? Oh no, he does with his fist, okay. And at the end we have the bird. We stand at 185k, maybe 6 seconds. Just 3 follow-ups, so we stand at 75k DPS. It's okay damage, not that good. Okay, what? Wanted to do this. Okay, now let's get to Rukia. Replace her in so she don't attacks. Let's go over her pass. Attack inflict freeze for 2 seconds and apply absolute zero. Absolute zero effects vary by the next attacker's element. So if she attacks, the next attack varies the effect of absolute zero. Occurs plus 10% damage from that attack, via plus 100% DOT damage from that attack. Exclude intense burn. Like, only one character in the game has intense burn. I don't know why they. Why I feel like, I don't know, maybe more of that. But I feel like only the guy from Soul Leveling, the fire guy, has intense burn. I don't know anyone else. Why do you exclude intense burn everywhere? He's like not near the meta. Unknown random effect from that all. Spark attack damage repeats. So twice the damage. That's very nice. Nature extends 3 to 4 seconds or repulses during lockout, once per lockout. Okay. Holy buffs all allies in range by 20% damage for 20 seconds. That's also nice. Unbound, 20% crit chance on the next attack. That's also kinda bad. Only for one attack. Blast deals 1 instance of 100% damage to all enemies in range with absolute zero. So now is the question: 100% of Rukia's damage or 100% of general damage from the unit that he has done? I don't know. But it's like a full OE, so that's also really nice. Cosmic, plus 50% damage applies absolute zero. It's really nice. So Cosmic, he hits anyone in absolute zero, gets 30% damage, reapplies absolute zero, and then you can follow up with nature unit, so the freeze duration is longer. Patient, 10% damage from all souls until the attack is over. What do we have at patient that has like such a long attack? And I'm really questioning what is gonna happen if Kaguya is gonna attack with like 7 elements. That's really interesting for me. Water plus 50% damage applies 50% slow for 20 seconds. When not placed on the field, appears to follow up an allied attack with her own attack 1 animation. Use upgrade 0 sets cooldown equal to upgrade 0 SBA. Counts as an attack but does not place the unit. When follow-up attack occurs, assist unit gain 50% damage for 10 seconds, assist unit gain 20 range. So that's really good, right? 50% and 20% range extra. It's really good. Let's get him going. And then this is the pacifier for Monarch is not gonna be better than Deadeye or Ethereal. When this unit frees an enemy for the first time, inflicts Nullify. When attacking an enemy inflicted with Nullify, does 50% more damage. This unit damage that increased by 100% x the current available placement of her. Amounts of placement limits of her. So she instantly gets 300% extra damage even without Monarch. So Rukia is also a really good option without Monarch. But because of this passive, I feel like it's Monarch better, right? Because you don't get the Monarch damage on this passive, you only then get the Deadeye or Ethereal damage. Let's get over her immediately. Anytime after 0 is triggered in this unit range, this immediately reapplied. 10 seconds cooldown, really nice. Like you can inflict 3 different absolute 0 effects with one hit. Anytime this unit attacks rear unshield support, So when she is not played, it now pulls its damage stat from the upgrade respective to the unit that is citing, reduce the damage bonus from frozen cancellation by 20% assisted units upgrade level. Reduces the damage bonus from frozen cancellation. Oh, okay. By 20% assisted units upgrade level. So in upgrade 10 you have twice damage. And that's really good. So you have, with this passive, when she supports Sunroku, we say, he is at upgrade 9. She gonna get to upgrade 9 and does 1.8 of the damage from upgrade 9. That's really crazy good, right? Immune to status effects and status debuffs. Anytime a status effect is resisted, freeze all enemies in range for 2 seconds. So as soon as she get debuffed, she freezes. Like, she can't be debuffed or like stunned or anything. That's really good. Senrico is max. Let's go over his combo effects. Skill 2 and 3 combined deal 30% damage to enemies, debuffs or status effect. With debuffs or status effects. 3 and 1 does Rapture. Now inflicts Rapture every attack. And that, if you have skill 1, inflict Rapture. Rapture is like permanent on the boss. And then you can do this and he does 30% more damage. But the thing I really like about him is this combination. This unit can now attack outside its range, so he has a range over the whole map. With a DPS of 310k with Monarch, without probably like 100k. We don't forget that he attacks twice now. If you like, wait. I think we need a boss that has a bit of HP. Take 1. Or is it not like, and has new animation? I want that you attack the boss, actually. Okay, actually he don't attack twice like I thought. Okay. But do they have new animation? No. It's like the primarily animation, right? Okay, interesting. He don't attack twice like I thought. Still a good unit with 100k DPS without Monarch, 310k DPS with Monarch. It's a good unit, I like him. So to summarize up what Ice Cream does, she frees enemies with every attack she applies absolute 0. And absolute 0 can do different effects. When she is not placed, she just attack with attack 1 with the upgrade of the unit. When follow-up attack appears, buff the unit by 50 and 20% range, so she is also a buffer. It's a permanent buff actually, because attack 1 has 8-second cooldown, so for 20 seconds up, so yeah. When placed on the field, inflict freeze and absolute 0 to all enemies in range, 6 seconds cooldown. So if I just place her here, instantly inflict everything with freeze and absolute 0. And when she attacks a freezing enemy, she inflicts nullify, and if she inflicts nullify enemy, she does 50% more damage. And if you don't have Monarch, she has a 300% damage buff. Yeah, she re-triggers absolute 0 with every attack every 10 seconds. She does also extra damage with Skate with the upgrade from the unit, and she can't be debuffed, and she freezes. Okay, at the end we have Armored Mage Erza. I don't have recognized her at the start, only of the Neckblocks video, where she she told he told that it should be Ursa. I feel like it's really hard to recognize. We have replacement. Anytime this unit moves location, buffs damage by 50% for 30 seconds. Anytime this unit buffs allies, apply this buff for self for 30 seconds after expiration. With this unit being buffed, it bypass damage reduction. Yeah. So we're gonna get there later. As a re-equip meter, gains 50% per attack. Once meter is 100%. This unit can swap armors, consuming the meter. Swapping armor grants an element while having that armor on. When gaining a new element, buff all allies in range 10% damage for 30 seconds. Anytime meter is spent, inflict bleed to all enemies in range. 10% of this unit damage for 8 seconds. When there is an enemy inflicted with DOT inside this unit range, generate double meter on attack. When this unit loses the buff, inflict that buff amount to targeted enemy as bleed for 8 seconds. I don't really understand what's meant with this unit lose buff, inflict the buff amount. Like, what buff amount? Like 70%? So, like 70% of the damage. DLTs applied by this unit now bypass the shield. That's really good. That's because Eska now can now kill shields finally. And the team that I'm gonna show you later is so good. And time this unit spends meter with crowns 30% of the meter spent. So she starts adjustment with 30% meter. When this unit buff expires an ally, that buff is reapplied for the same duration. So she perma buff with the memorial. We have this menu where you can like the armor that you want. We have Valkyrie, gains cosmic first attack when swapping to this form, teleports to the unit, the product enemy on the track, takes in the form are guaranteed to hit. So it could be good for towers or like also tournaments where we have dodge sometimes. And the teleport is combined with her first passive where she gets then a 50% damage buff. Then we have the second armor. Tags in this form inflict bleed equal to 40% of this unit damage for 8 seconds. Anytime bleed expires in this unit range, apply burn equal to that amount for the same duration. Yeah, they get a reskinned. So that's Valkyrie. Oh, also a new attack. Not just a slash, we have now like a wind bow. And so she does only increase range. This bleed thing is not combining with her first passive. She gets like a samurai outfit. Okay, with the samurai outfit, I gonna recognize Erla from that. Like, yeah, now I see Erla there. Like, the black hair is still a bit of matte. Could be red. Feel like it should be copyrighted then, but she not what? She does not even have a face, brother. Should be dead. The fairy tale sign. Okay. Anyways, yeah, like samurai, still the same animation or near the same. Okay, not even close. She just slashes. She does like 3 slashes. And then we have the last one, the most overpowered of them, Vanguard. All allies are ranged by 50% damage and 20% range. So like the buff that Rukia does, and reduce cost by 10%, attacks do not deal damage. That's really good. Yeah. Let's get it out. And also when she buffs an ally, gives this buff to herself. And also she perma buffs. She does everything. Like, yeah, it's like a better broke. Um, that's the Vanguard skin. What's the animation? Like Stomp. Also, does she does damage? Oh, but in this buff state, it takes to not do damage. Oh, okay, I understand. Okay, she buffs but do not do damage. Oh, okay, okay, reasonable, reasonable. So for what you want the self buff if she don't take? Um, I don't know, but yeah. So I told you about the OP team from Neckblocks. Um, yeah, that's both all we have. Escanor. My Escanor is not Monarch. RIP. Um, then we pull out Rukia. Because in if you born Rukia, apparently she still gonna get her assists down. I actually completely forgot about the familiar. But here, Burp. It's not too bad. Here, okay, you get this Burp. We got you a familiar. Okay, this is to clear everything. But then we also have stages that you can't place Escanon, and for that we gonna get Shanks. Words? Oh no. What's Shank's name in this game? Completely forgot. Yeah, Warlord. Yeah. To place in the stages, you can place a non character, and I just feel like character can nuke the whole map, maybe, so we can destroy the statues. Maybe just Heinz, he has like stupid damage amount. Yeah, we can do acid rain actually. So Heinz is a good choice. And we go with Nami. And not Takara, speaker again. What is Nami's name in the game? Bontian. No, that was Pirate. Tempest Pirate. Like, such a weird name. Yeah, I feel like this is the team that I go in. To Red Lights. So I think I have done a pretty bad job to explain how the method works in this clip. So for Infinite Tsukiyumi, you just gonna farm for the first or second round, then place your shanks, then upgrade your farms, and then upgrade your shanks, so you clear it at as fast as possible. And for the next stage, so when it's not Infinite Tsukiyomi or the double dungeon stage where the statue spawns, you just gonna burn everything and place your Escanor. He should be pretty fine with doing that. As you see in this clip, I forgot to equip the Memoria from the Armored Mage. Um, so it does that DOTs ignore shields. So would be there Levi, I would have died in this moment. But yeah, I was lucky with the boss, and yeah. So equip the Armored Mage Memoria and you should be fine. Okay, and for the double dungeon stage, you just gonna farm, like you have it in Infinite Tsukiomi, and you gonna place Shanks, so he defends and destroy the statues. You gonna use your fourth unit. Um, you can put any unit there. So Uriel is also a really good option because he has all range, or like he has all the whole map range. But I use Eins because he has immense amount of damage and can destroy it really, really fast. And yep. So after Wordlines, I just have given Benimaru some stats, evolved his card, and make no showcase for Benimaru. His passive is every attack makes a broom appear behind this unit up to 5, saying this unit, while having one or more brooms, will instead shoot all brooms, each doing 80% of this unit's damage, inflicting scored in a small AoE. For reminder, Scorched was I think 20% more burn damage. This unit attack applies burn for 50% of this unit's damage for 8 seconds. When attacking an enemy inflicted with burn, inflict conflagration. Conflagration stays applied so long as the enemy has burn applied. When an enemy with conflagration has a burn tick occur, that tick also damage up to 3 enemies in small range around this enemy. Anytime this unit damages an enemy with conflagration, inflicts nullify. Whenever this unit launches the broom, buffs damage by 2% up to 500%, up to 50%. Spongora does increase damage by 5% when taking an enemy inflicted with burn. Anytime this unit attacks an enemy inflicted with conflagration, slow that enemy by 40% for 20 seconds. When enemy inflicted with conflagration dies, fires a broom at that location 5 seconds cooldown. So for summary, with each attack, with each attack he makes a broom. This broom does 80% of the unit's damage and also makes the enemy scorched. He himself applies burn, and if he hits a burn enemy, he applies conflagration, a new status effect that makes burn AoE tick to damage 3 enemies in the nearby. And if he hits enemy with conflagration, he gonna effect nullify, and whenever the unit launches a broom, buffs damage by 2% up to 50. So if he hits the enemy 3 times, one enemy dies, he's gonna launch again all his brooms, and then he gets a 10% damage buff because the other enemy that he gonna hit has nullify on them, and then gonna get the 10% damage buff from the 5 brooms. Also, he does more damage against burning enemies, and he can slow. So he's doing like everything. He is a free placement, and yeah, it's wait a second. So he is a small circle. Brother, I want to sell you. Thank you. Small circle. Then he gets a bit larger circle or the same. And he goes to a big cone. And at the end he is in a circle with a cone at the end. So that's Benimaru. He's very good. He does like really high DPS, 6k of Monarch. It don't count all the burn effects, and I don't have him stacked up with his Nullify, and he does these branches that deals an extra 80%. So he's really, really, really strong. But yeah, now let's get to the review. So let's get to the review from this update. So we got two new things. We got once the game mode and twice the memorial. So let's start with the game mode that I just play right now because I think it's no, I have very much fun to play it. This game mode, I think it's really nice. It's inspired by the zombie game mode from Call of Duty, and why they get and yeah. I think also the currency problem that we had with the last Vanguards, that AFK was so much better to do than just manually grind, is solved with this update or with this Vanguard, because when you manually grind you get twice as much as when you would AFK grind. So manually you get 250k an hour, and AFK you get 100k an hour. So I think it's really good solved. This game just hates me. Yeah, the most of the people from not the most people, but the most YouTuber got like Rukia in one day. So I think it's really good balanced. And yeah, so let's get to the memorial. I don't really know what I want to think about memorials right now. So memorials can give buffs, but also take initial kits from the unit. So let's look at Rukia. At Rukia we have the buff that she wouldn't get without the memorial, that let me look it up real quick. Anytime absolute 0 is triggered, anytime absolute 0 is triggered, we apply it, or it is immediately reapplied, right? So this is something that is not from her kit, it's because of the memorial. Without the memorial she wouldn't have this, and this is really strong. But if we look at the last passive, immune to status effects and status debuffs, anytime status effect is resisted, freeze all enemies in range for 2 seconds. I think this is something from her kit that was just taken on and slopped on the memorial, so it can be better solved, so more people would spend money on the game. We are lucky that the currency is really, really easy to get, not like MiHoYo games where it's inspired from, where you spend like 300 bucks for a weapon to have the full kit of a unit. And yeah, so I don't like that it's just slopped like on the memorial and say, yeah, that's the day. We just half the kit of Rukia and slopped it on the memorial and it's gonna sell. I would much more like if it would be like the first passive where you get really buffs that shouldn't be in her kit. Then you could also do that like a normal Vanguard pity, like 20k or maybe even higher, like 30k. But I don't really like that the kit was halved from Rukia just to sell this memorial, so the people longer grind. Yeah, I think this is it what I want to tell to memorials. So let's get now to familiars. What's gonna happen with Vanguard familiars and familiars in general? So I have two options, or I think there are two options that can happen. Where the option that Vanguard familiar are not gonna come back, and instead we just gonna get Vanguard memorials, because memorials are much more specified, like they are much more on passives than familiars. Familiars are more like stat buffs, and memorials are like passive buffs. So it could be that Vanguard familiars are not gonna come back. But I see there also a second option, like when we look at old Vanguard familiars like Obito, they are really outdated. Or not really outdated, but they are not that strong anymore. Like they were at the time. So maybe we um so maybe what I want to we get Vanguard familiars and Vanguard memorials, so we can buff old Vanguard familiars or units that have a Vanguard familiar. And yeah, so it's like a second buff for the unit, so it's again in the middle. Ooh, okay, I think that's what I wanted to tell to familiars. Alright, the German familiars are gonna be not like Chopper effect anymore. Because Chopper was like, yeah, you get Nullify, you get Shield, etc. I think this is not gonna come back. I think this is something that is now for the memorials, and we get something like verbs, like raw stat buffs for familiars in general now. So the DMC situation is, I think, a bit weird right now. When we think about it, we have like all the mythic units are DMC. Like we want to look at Sanroku, we see his mask is a bit other color and his color for general. But I think here you can say that Sanroku from Shangri-La Frontier really easily. And Urza, I couldn't see her. I don't see Urza here. If you look specifically, you see here is maybe the freedom thing from Fairy Tail. But yeah, you can't see Urza from here. So I think this is a bit weird that Rukia looks exactly like Rukia. Yeah, okay, I have got I have low detail mode on, so I don't like that much. But you see, it looks like Rukia here. Why they can do Rukia non-DMCA, but all other units need to be DMCA? Yeah, okay, Miyakuru from My Hero Academia is, I think, a legit choice to DMCA, because they would get the problem, I feel like. And also, One Piece is probably also a good choice to DMCA. This is because One Piece got the Netflix game, right? So they can DMCA the game anytime. So I think it's a good choice to DMCA those units. But why Erza? Why does look Erza like that? You could give her at least red hair, right? Because with black hair you can't see Erza in here, I feel like. And yeah. So overall to this update, I had very much fun grinding. Like, I haven't grinded much because most of the time I was at work, and after work I wanted to play something normal like Elden Ring. I don't want to grind, so most of the time I just AFK grinded. But I like this game mode, I just play it right now, and I think this update was really good. I give it a 10 out of 10. I really don't think there's anything really bad with this update. And I don't know what I want even more from this update. So we got a really nice game mode that makes fun. We got a good currency balancing. We got a new system with memorias. So yeah, a 10 out of 10 update for me. If you come so far, I would like if you would subscribe and give me a like. Also, I would like if you could give me a comment on what I could do better in my videos. And yeah, have a great day.